I know that it's difficult for you to get real-life experience of taking part in conversations with native English speakers, which is why this English language video will be so good for improving both your listening and speaking skills. First, you'll hear a real-life conversation that took place in my house yesterday between me and my friend Kerry. Then you'll follow Kerry's adventures as she goes into the high street of our local town and visits a few shops and businesses. You'll be able to listen to the conversation she has, which will really boost your listening skills, especially the fast, natural English that's used by native English speakers. Next, we'll go through the vocabulary, the words and phrases that we used in those conversations, and we'll also include some pronunciation tips, which you'll be able to use at the end of the video when you take Kerry's place in those conversations. Before we start, if you are already a member of our English Improvers community, you'll get sent a guide to this lesson automatically. And if you're not already a member, simply click on the link in the first comment to download that guide for free. And after that, you'll also get sent guides to every new English lesson that we do automatically. Hi, I'm Steve. Let's do this.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, what have you been doing today?
I've just been into town to get some stuff done.
Really, what sort of stuff?
But first I went to the travel agents to pick up a brochure so we can decide where to go for our holidays.
Great, can I see it?
Sure, here you are. The man was ever so helpful.
Hi, are you alright there?
Yes, I'm just trying to decide where we should go for a 2-week break this summer.
What sort of holiday do you have in mind?
Well, I know I don't want to just go and sit on a beach for a fortnight. I find that soul-destroying.
If it's a real adventure you want, check out this brochure. It might be just the thing you're looking for.
This looks amazing. Can I take it and browse through it at home?
Of course, take your time. If you need any advice about any of the tours in the brochure, just call in or give me a bell. My name's Bob.
Thanks, Bob. I know this sounds strange, but you look a lot like my friend Steve.
He must be very good looking then.
Ha! You've certainly got his sense of humour as well. Thanks for the help, and I'll be in touch soon. Bye.
Bye. The holidays in here look fantastic, but I bet they cost an arm and a leg.
Well, we'll have to work a lot of overtime to pay for it. But I really fancy a trip to South America.
Me too. Where else did you go today?
After the travel agents, I called into the post office to post a parcel for my cousin Anna's birthday.
Is she the one that lives in Italy? I bet the postage cost a pretty penny.
It was a bit pricey. Hi, I'd like to send this parcel to Italy, please.
Sure, no problem. Just place it on those scales. How would you like to send it? Does it have to be there quickly?
Not really. Any time next week would do.
In that case, the cheapest way to send it is second class. Are the contents very valuable?
No, it's just a jumper and a card.
So it's less than £50?
Yes, definitely.
Then I suggest you don't pay for the extra insurance, which means the cheapest way to send it will cost £28.30.
Wow, that's still more than I thought it would be. It's almost as much as the present.
Sorry, but that is the cheapest way.
Okay, fair enough. That'll have to do. Can I pay by card?
Of course. Just tap it on the reader on your right. That's the way. Here's your receipt.
Thanks for your help.
You're very welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No thanks. Well, there is one thing. You're not related to the travel agent who works next door, are you? It's just, you look just like him.
No, I don't believe I am.
It must just be a coincidence. Thanks again. Bye.
Bye. You must be pooped. I'll pop the kettle on and make a brew.
That sounds smashing.
Did you call in anywhere else?
Well, actually, yes, I did. My phone is on the blink, so I called into the phone repair shop to get their advice.
Really? What did they say? Hi, can I help you?
I hope so. My phone has been switching itself off when I'm in the middle of a call.
Can I see it?
Sure, here you are.
Ah, this is a well-known fault on this type of phone. It's because it's so old.
But I only got it 5 years ago.
In terms of mobile phones, that means it's ancient.
That sounds like my friend Steve. Come to think of it, you resemble him a little, though obviously not as ancient.
Ha, I would hope not.
So about the phone, what do you suggest?
I'm afraid there's only one thing for it. You'll have to splash out on a new one.
Oh dear, I was hoping to go on holiday and I haven't really got the money for a new mobile as well.
Well, we do have some great deals at the moment if you take out a new contract.
Well, I simply can't do without my phone, so give me the details.
So you got a new phone?
Yes, it's one of those foldy ones. Take a look.
Oh, that is really fancy. I'm well jealous.
Well, keep your mitts off it.
Here's your brew.
Cheers. By the way, you don't have any relatives working in town, do you?
Now let's take a few minutes to go through some of the words and phrases that were used in those conversations that you might not have heard before. And we'll also include some pronunciation hints and tips to make you sound like a native English speaker. Kerry told me that she had picked up a brochure.
But first I went to the travel agents to pick up a brochure.
And to pick up is a phrasal verb. And it means to obtain something, either by buying it or getting it for free. Notice to pronounce this in a natural, fast way, the k sound at the end of pick is moved over to the front of up, so it becomes pick up. And at a more normal speed, pick up. You try, pick up. Can you pick up some cheese from the shop?
Sure, no problem.
And a brochure is a small magazine that's full of pictures and information about products and services. Like this one that you got from the travel agents. A brochure. We decided we wanted a 2-week break, which is another way of saying a 2-week holiday. Think of it as a break from our normal lives. A 2-week break. And while we're talking about 2 weeks, remember in English you can use the word fortnight, which also just means 2 weeks. A fortnight. You try, fortnight. Now the handsome man in the travel agents, and a travel agent is just a shop where you can book holidays, asked what sort of holiday Kerry had in mind. What sort of holiday do you have in mind? And this expression to have in mind is really useful because it's another way of saying, what are you thinking of? What do you have in mind? I'd like to borrow something to read. What type of book do you have in mind? She told the travel agent that the idea of sitting on a beach for 2 weeks was soul destroying. And this phrase, soul destroying, is often used to describe something that is so boring it really makes you unhappy. It's soul destroying. She asked if she could browse through the brochure, and browse means to casually look for something. You can browse through a book, a magazine, you can even browse through a department store. Bob the travel agent told her that if she needed more help, she should call in, which means visit the shop again, or give him a bell, which means to telephone him. And she told him that she would contact him by getting in touch soon. Because I thought the holiday would be very expensive, I used the nice expression, but I bet they cost an arm and a leg. It would cost an arm and a leg. And while we're talking about expressions that mean expensive, you also heard pricey being used, and that something would cost a pretty penny. All of that means it costs a lot of money. Now, Kerry explained that she would pay for the holiday by working overtime, which is extra hours at your job for which you're paid, overtime. She said she fancied going to South America, and if you fancy doing something, it means you really want to do it. You fancy it. You might fancy going to a restaurant. You might fancy doing a parachute jump. In the UK, there are two basic ways of sending letters and parcels. You can send them first class, which means they'll get there fast, but it's expensive, or second class, which means it'll get there slower, but it's cheaper. Now, Kerry was sending her cousin Anna in Italy a jumper, which is this. It's also known as a sweater or a pullover. In the post office, she used a great expression.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, fair enough. This is used when she heard something she wasn't happy about, that's the cost of the postage, but she couldn't argue about it. This is a tremendous English phrase, and you really should add it to your vocabulary. In fact, it's so important, there's a video on this channel just devoted to that one phrase, fair enough. I said she must be pooped, which is an English way of saying very tired. Because she was pooped, I offered to pop the kettle on and make a brew, which meant I was going to heat the water in a kettle and make tea. To be amusing, English people often exaggerate things. And in the phone shop, the man described Kerry's phone, which was only 5 years old, as ancient, which it obviously wasn't. So remember, sometimes you shouldn't take everything, particularly a British person says to you, very seriously. They're often joking. Is it cold?
It's absolutely freezing.
We heard the phrase to splash out, which means to spend a lot of money on something. And I was told to keep my mitts off her new phone. And by that she meant keep my hands off it. Now it's your turn. You're really going to improve your English speaking skills by taking Kerry's place in those conversations. Your words will appear on the screen as you need them. For the best results, speak out loud. Hi, what have you been doing today? Really, what sort of stuff? Great, can I see it? Hi, are you alright there? What sort of holiday do you have in mind? If it's a real adventure you want, check out this brochure. It might be just the thing you're looking for. Of course, take your time. If you need any advice about any of the tours in the brochure, just call in or give me a bell. My name's Bob. He must be very good looking then. Bye. The holidays in here look fantastic, but I bet they cost an arm and a leg. Me too. Where else did you go today? Is she the one that lives in Italy? I bet the postage cost a pretty penny. Sure, no problem. Just place it on those scales. How would you like to send it? Does it have to be there quickly? In that case, the cheapest way to send it is second class. Are the contents very valuable? So it's less than £50? Then I suggest you don't pay for the extra insurance, which means the cheapest way to send it will cost £28.30. Sorry, but that is the cheapest way. Of course, just tap it on the reader on your right. That's the way. Here's your receipt. You're very welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with? No, I don't believe I am. Bye. You must be pooped. I'll pop the kettle on and make a brew. Did you call in anywhere else? Really? What did they say? Hi, can I help you? Can I see it? Ah, this is a well-known fault on this type of phone. It's because it's so old. In terms of mobile phones, that means it's ancient. Ha, I would hope not. I'm afraid there's only one thing for it. You'll have to splash out on a new one. Well, we do have some great deals at the moment if you take out a new contract. So you got a new phone? Oh, that is really fancy. I'm well jealous. Here's your brew. To subscribe to this channel, simply click on the bus and then click on this link for another video that's guaranteed to improve your English language skills. I'll see you next time.